Hey friends, it's good to see you. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap. Tarot Topics comes into your inbox every Wednesday. We do a different topic every week, and then we come on here Thursday and do questions about that topic. This week's topic, in this moment, Christmas presents, not presents like what we give each other, but to be present. And I thought about it from the perspective of we diviners, where so often we do that past, present, future tarot spread, right? Or that's incorporated into a larger spread that we do, references to the past, the present, and the future. And I think that we as humans spend a lot of time looking at the past, looking at the future, and it's really hard to figure out how to just be present. So that's what we're talking about here today. I will take your, you can probably make a question fit that, you can probably ask any question you want. We can make it fit. So good to see you. Happy holidays, of course, whatever it is you're celebrating. I hope you're having a great celebration. And let's get right on over to CardCam, where you can see today I am working with the pocket version of Aunt Lily's Tarot. All right. I will take these in the order in which I see them. Thank you all so much for being here. And let's get going. You all know the drill, right? I'll try not to skip anyone. If you think I'm skipping someone, let me know. And it's so good to see all of you. Starting first with Trey Cameron. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. How do I best stay present? Good question. And it's not easy for you because your brain likes to wander. And sometimes it needs to. Like, you need a lot of space to let your brain wander. And that's where your creativity is. That's where your spirituality is. And so for you specifically, Trey, your natural state is not in past, present, or future. Your natural state is in just thinking about all kinds of things, and one thing leads to another, and you're a very floaty thinker. And when you're doing that, no, you're not present, but you're doing something important. And so you can't stop that, but you need to be able to make time to check in with yourself and the people around you and make sure you're engaged and having fun in the day-to-day journey. And so the way to stay present is to make it fun. If it's not fun, your brain's going to go away anyway. And so you stay present by doing something that's fun and interesting. Otherwise, you are quickly bored and your brain just goes off and it goes to an important place, and that's fine. But you stay present by having fun and recognizing the adventure of the moment. Smile Soul 20, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. The next question I see is Gemini Sun. Good to see you. Thanks for being a moderator. I am always focused on the past and the future. What advice do the cards have for me to focus on the present consistently besides meditation? And I would argue that meditation, while a very good practice, I'm not sure that that keeps us present either, because when we're in meditation, we're not really present in that day-to-day way, right? So I think meditation is a good practice, but I'm not sure that that is really staying present and participatory and observant of what's going on. And so when we look at you, 9 of Cups, see, the thing is, you have not been in a situation where your present is pleasant, and it's hard to stay present when your present is not pleasant. And so that's why you go to the past and the future so easily, because you don't want to be in the present. And so what you have to do is create a present that works for you. And I think that's exactly what you're in the business of doing right this minute. So I think you're doing it. And I think it's going to be a good thing. All right. Nalini, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. I will remind the members that we have a members only live stream on Monday. The link is already up. Okay, Nalini, how am I doing in this moment? The tower reversed. Well, you're only freaking out a little bit, so I guess pretty well. But that's the thing is like, I feel like for the longest time, when you look at your present is like, oh my gosh, this is all hung together with dental floss and chewing gum. You know, my life is held together with ridiculous things. And you feel that way a lot. So I feel like it's hard for you to really be present because you are so often in judgment of yourself. And so what happens if you release that judgment and recognize that you are winning right now? You know, so I think I think you're doing well in this moment, but I don't think you know you're doing well. And that's the part I think you need to fix. Von Ray, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Wendy Robeson, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years and a moderator. Caroline McLaughlin, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years and for using members only emojis. The next question I see is Wendy Robeson. How do you stay present? I tend to focus on the past and what I have done wrong. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Beating up our past selves as if we weren't, as if, you know, I would think the vast majority of us do the best that we know how to do in any given moment. We're always doing the best we know how to do. So when we beat ourselves up for the things we did wrong, I tend to focus on the past and what I've done wrong, and I want to change that so I can focus on the present and stay in the moment. So I think the very first thing, and this is for you and anyone else who does this, Wendy, which is probably most of us, just recognize that in every given moment, when you look to the past, in every given moment, you did the very best you knew how to do with the resources you had in that moment. And if you can give yourself that grace, then everything else gets a lot easier. And so for you, Wendy, Ace of Swords, yeah, it's all in what you tell yourself. It's all in what you tell yourself. And if you can treat yourself fairly in your own self-talk, you'll do so much better. Absolutely. Nalini, here's your feedback. Wow, yes, you're so right. I felt that. I do judge myself a lot. And I realized this morning that I'm not as good at communication like I thought. And truthfully, probably none of us are. Honestly, communication's hard, right? So don't judge yourself. Just, you know, we learn every day, right? You do better when you know better, and that's got to be okay. Wendy, okay, makes so much sense. Thank you, and thank you for giving me that grace. That grace was already yours. I didn't give you that. It's already yours. You just have to take it. Yeah. For all of us, not just for you, though. That's for all of us. Because which one of us, I mean, 15 people or so are watching right now. Of those of us who are here and present in this moment, are there any of us that look to the past? Are there any of us that look to the past and say, man, I screwed that up because I wanted to screw it up. I got into that accident because that was my intention. I married that dick because I knew he was a dick and I thought we'd have a terrible marriage. I listened to what my parents said because I was raised to listen to what my parents said. I mean, I should have known better. I mean, whatever. Like, it's all, like, think about it. Every single one of us did the best we knew how to do in every single moment. I wanted to screw my kids up really bad. You know, I mean, none of us did. None of us did, because I'm pretty sure on this channel, in this village, most of us are pretty thinking, rational people. So yeah, there that is. All right. Mix you here, Michelle, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. And again, a reminder, members only live stream this coming Monday. All right, mix you here. Michelle, thanks for being here. I know my romantic past, not much, and my present, nada. Would love some guidance, insight, message about my romantic future. I can do that. The devil, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil. And then the world. What are we doing here? And then the Page of Cups. So your romantic future, I think, is all about, like, first, I think you are figuring out how you are and who you are and what you are in the world and how you're dealing with that. I think you are healing from a lot. The fallen angel is the devil here. So the devil, the world, the Page of Cups. And if we look at the devil and the world, these are the bookend cards on the last septenary of the major arcana, and that is the septenary of spiritual enlightenment. So you are really focused on your own personal growth and your own personal enlightenment. And from there, you will find a partner that can see you and know you and hear you for who you are, because you're learning to see you and know you and hear yourself for who you are. You see what I'm saying? All right. Ness, my first marriage was decided. I can get a divorce, no biggie. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. But for some people, it is a big one. You know, that bad marriage can ruin their lives for a long time. All right. Good to see all of you. Thank you all so much for being here. And who's up next? It is Michelle F. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Are there any insights for focusing on the right things in the present while planning for the future, which includes big changes? Right, Jolie James, I'm still unraveling from that bad man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 90% of a person's happiness or unhappiness in life is very often, yes, mandated by your parents. And I know, like, culturally that can happen. You know, that's so hard. That's so hard. And Martha Vink, you are forgiven for not having read the newsletter yet. And yeah, we can do that. And Nalini, thank you so much for the generous super sticker. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And Wendy, right, it took me 27 years to leave my abusive husband. Yeah. And I think that had a lot to do with some generational stuff as well. So yeah, it's a tough thing. It really is. All right. So, Michelle F. Insights for focusing on the right thing in the present while planning for the future that has some mega changes. Temperance reversed. Yeah. In this present moment, you don't want to tolerate too much. Your patience is thin. And if it doesn't work for you in the moment, it doesn't work for you in the moment. Don't be mean about it, but be clear about it. This works for me. This doesn't work for me. Excuse me. Because you are making decisions based on what you need as an individual. And so you need to start that right now, this minute. Not in a mean way, not in a rude way, not in a selfish way, but in a way that is indeed selfful, that it does indeed recognize that your transition may not happen for a few months, but it begins now. Because you're preparing internally, right? And so be clear about what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and be very present in figuring that out. Am I okay with this? Am I not okay with this? And if I am okay with this, am I really okay with this? Or am I just saying I'm okay with this because I worry about perception or whatever? You know, really try to check in and be clear with yourself, which is what I think this whole big exercise is about. This whole big move you're doing really is about finding your own personal clarity. And that journey starts now. Von Ray, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. I really appreciate you. I've been trying to enjoy my present, but it's hard. I take myself out, try to do things I like, etc. I feel like I'm too aware sometimes, which hinders fun. What can I do to enjoy the present moment more? That is a great, that's a great question. And the answer is, and I think there's a judgment thing. I think what you're describing as being aware is you're aware of things and you're judging things. You're judging yourself. You're judging your situation. I think that awareness is a kind of judging. And I think what you have to be able to do is just go with the moment without judging. And just be in it and experience. Experience and observe without judgment. And I think that'll help. Madiha Ness, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. I appreciate you, and thanks for using members-only emojis. I want to ask a fun future question. What is the future of my tarot practice? What advice do you and the cards have? Well, I think the question is, what do you want it to be? I think that it has been a good personal tool for you, but I think it could be more. I think it could be more. And the deck is Aunt Lily's Tarot, designed by Claire Lilly. You can get it right on her shop. And this is the pocket version. I also have the big version, which is standard size. Okay. So here's the thing. I think a lot of the issue-ness is you don't have a lot of time. You know, you've got a demanding job, you've got kids, you've got a lot going on. If you had more time, there would be more time for tarot. And I think that that is the commitment, that as your time opens up, you will make time for it. The other thing I think is to look at, where would you like to take it? I think there's a part of you that would like to be a professional reader, but you worry about the responsibility of it, and you wonder if you could be good enough. I also think you're a creative person. You could design. You could do divination design. You could design a deck or a dice set, or, all kinds of interesting things could you design, and I think you'd really like that. So A, be patient. B, we know for personal use, it's very important and powerful for you. But in the long run, be open to all the possibilities. All right. Who do I see next? Okay, and the next question I see is Jolie James. Good to see you. How can I be more present now with all that is happening and changing in my life? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. King of Swords, be very clear about what is true for you. Be very clear about what is true for you, and be very clear in your communication with yourself and others about what is true and what your intentions are. So, like, the King of Swords is in a way the king of clarity. And so you need to have clarity. And that's really the key. So whatever you need for that clarity, and it's hard because clarity is hard, right? You might think you know what's up, but then it's not what's up, and you thought you had clarity and then you didn't. So you have to allow yourself, that journey. The Pete Seeger quote about the truth is a rabbit in a bramble patch, where you can see it's in there, but you can't really get your hands in there to grab onto it. And that's where you're at right now, is really looking for truth. And that's what you got to do. I feel that. There you go. Ness, thank you so much. Yes, designing a deck of sorts would be amazing. Yes, I take it more seriously than a product to make money, and that gets in the way of lightening up about it. Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard. Hey, Jackie Masters, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Melissa Grosso, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Your question is up. Thanks for using members only emojis as well. Jolie, you are very welcome. Here we go, Melissa. How do I integrate lessons from my past without letting them keep me stuck into a previous version of myself? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. It's a good question, but the answer is this. If you integrate the lessons of your past, then the pain is already gone. If the pain is still attached to the lessons, then you are also in a place of healing and should not shame yourself. Should not shame yourself for that healing journey. So if it's still causing pain, you're still doing healing and you're not ready to integrate the lessons yet. So you allow for the healing. Once the pain is gone, the integration is already there. So it's about healing from the pain. Identify where the pain is. And deal with it. That's it. You have to see and feel and get personal with the pain. Yeah, Ness, it is scary, and I wish more people saw it as scary. There are a lot of people operating out there that probably shouldn't. But you have a great mentor, Ness. You would do fine. You would do fine. All right. Rhoda, good to see you. Melissa, I feel like I have cement blocks tied to my feet at times. Yeah, I know what that feels like. Yeah. But I think it's really pain. I think that's what it is. Okay. That's super helpful. Good. Karen Hendershot, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. With everything that has happened in the last year and the effect that it's causing, how do I stay present and not focus on the trauma and fear? And that's hard because there's a lot of it there. I mean, it's real. You've really been through it this year for sure. Ness, thank you for those kind words. Really appreciate it. Hey, Karen Tillich, TK, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, Karen Hendershot. How do you stay present and not focus on the trauma and fear? Stay present by focusing on, honestly, the good things that are coming out of this. And I know that's hard, but there are good things coming out of this because all of this has made you much more willing to take care of yourself and do what you need to do for you and not let other people create your life for you. You have recognized that, other people are going to do what they're going to do. You have to create your life for yourself. And so focus on that and focus on being, and I know this is weird, stay present by planning for the future. And I know that sounds weird and really counterintuitive to what we're talking about today. But you are in a big healing phase of body, but also mind and spirit. And when we are in that phase of healing, focusing on what life will be like once we are on the other side of it is appropriate. Oh, Melissa, did Betty Flesher and I succeed in causing you to buy a deck? Did that happen? Oh, and you did too, Wendy. Okay, good. Love to support your habit. Yes, I do. Barbie Bird, it's good to see you. Rhoda, good to see you. What a great question. How can I heal from past trauma and not let it affect today? And I mean, I think the fact is the past will always affect today. Like trauma does affect us. But when we look at you and your particular situation, when we look at the trauma, the fact is you survived your trauma, like you've already survived it. And these two cards keep coming up together. That's so cool. I think what you have to do is focus on your survivorship. Focus on what a winner you are for having survived it, and recognize the fact that you have survived it means that you are bigger, better, smarter, more than you were before. The problem is there is a fear in you that you're going to keep repeating it, that there will be some repeating. And that's where you have to rise above this, understand why the trauma happened, understand your reaction to it, and understand why it is not likely to recur. And I think you need that logic to get through this. And this is a whole, like in this deck, death is called transformation, but it shows the life cycle of the butterfly. And it really is about personal metamorphosis. So there it is. Okay, Barbie Bird, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. All right, general reading on being present in the moment in your life at this time, Barbie. The thing is, if you're present in the moment, you will see that you have done a good job to create something new for yourself, but you sometimes process it with your old mindset, with a mindset that makes you small. You need to be able to be present in a way that allows you to be fully present. You've never been allowed to be fully present. You've never been allowed to be the full version of yourself. And so you're learning that now. So you are in a huge healing cycle, learning how to fully be yourself unapologetically and authentically, and what that looks like. Okay. Okay. Hey, Maria, thanks for being here. Martha Vink, good to see you. Yes, Maria, go ahead and ask your question. Sure. Martha Vink, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. A reading on the topic, haven't read the newsletter yet. So what does being present mean for you right now, Martha? Because you are in a place of leadership, and so you have to be present as a leader. And there are ways that that becomes hard because you are a leader of an institution that has been oppressive. And you try to make it unoppressive, and it's become less oppressive, but it's a hard balance, and you're really working to find that balance and bring forward truth without oppression. And you're doing it. You're doing it. So there you go. Okay, who's up next? It's Vaishali. Okay, Vaishali, cards on the topic. So we're talking about being present. So Vaishali, when we talk about your ability to be present in the moment, it's hard for you because you feel a real sense of requirement, what you are required to do and to achieve. And you worry that you're not able to do and to achieve. And so your present is very much, I can do it, I can't do it, I can do it, I can't do it. And like we used to have this old expression where you're supposed to stop and smell the flowers. And what that means is just be aware of what's around you and be present to what's around you without so much worry and fear. And I think that's what you're working on. Okay. Jackie Masters, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. A lot has happened to me over the last 10 years. I had to start again 3 times in that time. I no longer focus on the future, but on the past, trying to work out why and learn from it. And that's good, because I think we spiritual people often want to know why things happen, when in fact, sometimes things just happen, and it's not the why, it's about what do we do next. And so Jackie's question, what can I do to be comfortable in the present and to look to the future? It was a breaking free, but unsure how to work this freedom. I love that. That's so smart. Maria, I do see your question, and I'll take it in the order in the order that it is. Okay. So Jackie, you have to be careful about what you tell yourself and what you allow yourself to hear from other people. You have to stay really positive in your own self-talk, and you have to be clear about who you are and what you want, and you have to be willing to pursue it without being worried that this will not work out. Like, I think there's a part of you that's like, well, why bother? Because this won't work out. Nothing ever works out, but maybe it will. And if it doesn't, maybe something good comes from it. So do not be afraid to invest in yourself, and be careful about your self-talk. Okay, and the next question I see is from TK, Karen Tillich. Good to see you. What should I look forward to in 2025? Oh, maybe a trip to Florida. That would be nice. We'd like to see you. I do think you'll be doing some traveling. And I don't know what your love life situation is, but I do feel like there could be some good things and improvement there as well. So travel and love particularly. Okay. Okay, so Maria, I'm going through a very tough time. I'm wondering if me and Philip will break up or what will happen. I'm also wondering if he's chatting with other women online in a dirty way. So let's see. When we look at this person, I mean, I feel like he's made you unhappy. Like whatever he's doing that you don't know about, what he is doing, you're already unhappy with. So my question is, like, if this is how it's making you feel, the question should not be like, will we break up? I think the question should be like, what kind of dress should I buy after I break up with him? Like, what are you doing here? Leave him alone. Let him go. In my opinion, like, you already have seen what you need to see. You don't need more proof. You don't like the way he treats you. Let him go. Find someone who treats you better and go get your hair done. Buy a new dress, you know? I feel like you're giving this very small man way too much power, in my opinion. Okay, now, from my perspective, oh, here we go. I was just going to say, from my perspective, I've finished everyone. Theranaya, good to see you. Right, Maria, why hang out with a person who does that to you? He's not worth it. Yeah, leave that alone. Okay. Theranaya, how can I be present more? For you, I mean, you've got a lot that you are dealing with, and you need to look at the things you're dealing with and decide, must I deal with them? Must I deal with them now? And what's the best way to deal with them? And that would give you some time and space to be more present. All right. My friends, thank you all so much for being here. It is officially last call for readings, y'all. And Febborn, good to see you. I'll go right back to CardCam. Jackie, I can't wait to see you next month. Thank you so much. I have your thing. I have your package. Theranaya, you are very welcome. Febborn, thanks for being a member. And I will remind all the members, we have a members only live stream on Monday. And very good. I see your question, Smile Soul 20. Very good. Okay, Febborn, weird question. Present message for you? Yeah, it is hard for you to be present because a lot of your personal demons from the past are with you. And you are releasing them and you're doing a good job, and just keep doing that. It's fabulous. Well done. Smile Soul 20, so great to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. This certain coworker that you've had issues with before is deliberately not helping you, and it is obvious that she's either lazy or not a fan. Well, definitely lazy and also not a fan. Both are probably true. And the question I have is, do other people see what's going on here? And I feel like she manages to do it in a way that other people don't see it. And it puts you in a bad position. I feel like you need to document it. You need to keep like a log of the things that are happening. And then once you have like 2 weeks worth, you need to be able to bring it to someone to say, hey, this is what's happening, and I don't know how to deal with it. It's going to take time. But yeah, I think this is not seeming to get better on its own, and it's going to be hard to confront it because she's sneaky. So documentation, I think, is the key. All right, I'm so sorry you're going through that. So my friends, it is last call for readings, y'all. As you can see, I'll be back Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Monday evening, we've got a members-only live stream. Get your StaarCon tickets, book a reading with me, do all the things, and I will look forward to working with you. And I'll see you back here tomorrow at noon. Thank you all so very much. Take good care.